Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jonathan Swindell, CEO of the HBCU HUB App. We're the world's first app that connects students to admissions recruiters at HBCUs all across the country. As we go through today's presentation, I want you to keep Marcus in mind. Marcus is a representation of over 600 million current high school students in the world right now. And all of them are facing a similar problem. That being the lack of centralized information on HBCUs. See, there's a plethora of knowledge out there on your Yales, Stanfords, and UCLAs, but where do you go to get high quality information on your Bowie States in Maryland or your Talladega colleges in Alabama? As we continue down this path, we saw an overall lack of data management within the Black and Brown community. This seemed to be a big reason for those within our demographic to not have access to opportunity. And without the proper tracking of academic progress, opportunity itself did not have access to those within our demographic. The blanket solution to this is our app, and it's completely free to users, as our mission is to build technology that closes the opportunity gap. We've created the world's first ever HBCU Matchmaker. That led to our app being used in over 80 countries around the world, which ultimately led to us being ranked the number 92 educational app in the world. Now, to put that in perspective, that's number 92 of over 75,000 educational apps in the world. Along this path, we monetized our most simple asset to begin, our data. We sold it raw, but as we continued to grow, we saw the importance of global data collection, which ultimately led to us creating our hardware and software packaged offerings. Since 2018, we've closed close to $100,000 in sales. And along that path, we have seen that market share among HBCUs is vital because that drives traffic to our app, because more schools have access to our student data. And that's where the pivot is being made. Who has access to our data? It has to be more than a subset of 107 schools. 40% of students have either a full-time or a part-time job. So moving forward, we want to hone in on the market of digital ad space for our corporate clients. But more importantly, we want to go after the $151 billion market of corporate staffing and recruiting. Having now connected our students to schools and beyond, gives us the ability to truly understand the decision-making process of our demographic. A demographic whose behavioral trends are highly sought after across the world amongst many industries, such as retail, armed forces, and even the political arena, just to name a few. Now, what puts us in a position to do so is we make initial contact with our user. At the mark of adolescent, we have collected the student's academic, geographic, behavioral, and in some cases, even economic information as well. We take this a step further as we go on to collect their contact information and their social media information, ensuring that not only insight, but also connection can be made amongst this demographic. We are led by a team that has over 40 years of experience within the higher education field. Almost every single team member has served within the administrative role of a college or university. And we're led by a technical founder, myself, a former application development specialist at IBM. We are advised by the director of admissions at a prominent HBCU, members of IBM's long-term data analysis team, and also account executives at Microsoft, so we can truly know what our technology looks like within the corporate world. Now having a true understanding that the value our data holds, we're going through our first ever fundraising round, where we're raising $500,000 to focus on these three key points. First, formalizing our sales team, both educational and corporate. Second, rebuilding our app within Swift, as this will increase data collection, improve data security, and implement the tracking methods needed to sell to our corporate clients. And lastly, to make sure we truly grasp the global opportunity that's in front of us, we'll be pouring heavy resources into the expansion of our PR team. Closing the opportunity gap means that Marcus has to have access to more than just the opportunities that HBCUs have to offer, because corporate America has opportunities to offer. ROTC has opportunities to offer. The list really goes on, as the value of our data is not bound to just one industry. So in closing, I want to thank you all for your time. And we invite those that are interested in closing the opportunity gap, changing the lives of millions of people across the world, and making a whole lot of money along the way to demo our technology at the culmination of this event. Thank you.